Hey everyone, my name is Cole. Welcome back to Cole Protocol Films. And today I just got out of my screening of Companion. My local Cinemark theater, God bless them, does secret movie screenings almost every month. So I bought a $5 ticket to go see a movie that I didn't know what I was going to watch. And I assumed that it was going to be either Companion or Hard Eyes, and I got stuck with Companion. The reason I stay stuck with it is because honestly, this is kind of a head scratcher. I know it's a movie that releases in January, but I thought the earlier promotion of this film was excellent. I thought it was kind of cryptic, you didn't know what was going on, but then the official trailer, or the second trailer, I don't know what it's called, dropped, and if you, I guess, live at the theater like myself, you see this trailer every single movie showing, and the twist would have been cool to experience in theaters, but unfortunately, I saw it about 20 times before movie screenings. And if you have not seen the trailer, I will not say the twist here immediately. I'll kind of give you a warning, but I'll try and talk about this movie as non-spoiler free as possible. I know it's kind of hard to consider a spoiler because it's in the trailers, but it really does lower the movie experience for you. But my biggest question walking out of Companion is, who is this movie for? Because I'm sorry to disappoint, but it is not even close to a horror movie. Like, there are horror aspects, like blood, all that, but it's not going to satisfy people who are wanting to go for a horror movie experience. It's not like a thriller that's going to have you on the edge of your seat. Nothing about it's scary. I will say something I wasn't expecting is the upside of the humor. It actually was a very comedic movie. There could have been some moments that were done better, but that was actually one of the upsides. But if you're wanting to decide if this is a movie that's worth going to go buy a movie ticket, snacks, all that, this movie, this might make you not even go to the theater just by me saying this, but this movie really reminds me of Megan. You know, the movie with the animatronic doll that tortures and kills people. Yeah, I actually like that movie. It's very campy. Where Companion is not really campy. Like, there are some moments of humor and jokes, but I think this movie tries really hard to be deep or insightful when thematically it is actually quite shallow. Now, I am gonna spoil what happens in the trailers with this twist, so if you do not want to know what happens, click off the video and go experience the movie authentically yourself, because the twist does really tank the movie. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So, in the trailer, guys, that the movie, the marketing team stupidly showed, is that the main character, played by Sophie Thatcher, who was excellent in this movie, is an AI, or I guess in like their terms, a fuckbot, a sex bot, you know. And this movie was very tame in that aspect, but knowing that she was an AI going into the film really did tank the experience. There was a lot of dialogue that was subtle foreshadowing, kind of cringy when you think about it, where, for example, she would be talking to another female character who's like, "Oh, I'm not trying to replace you." When she wasn't aware that she was an AI, it was just really on-the-nose dialogue, and there would be moments where characters like, "Oh, I'm just not built that way," you know? Like, it was really, really, like, when you know what's going to happen, you're like, ugh. Like, and that's one of the downfalls of this movie is the screenplay. Not to be a pretentious hack, but man, I can't tell you how annoying this movie is with exposition dumping and characters telling you how they feel. This movie I believe is an hour and 37 minutes. And guys, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. There is probably about 15 to maybe 25 minutes of this movie that is either a character exposition dumping, telling you how they feel despite you visually being able to understand, or telling you what they are planning on doing. For example, there's a scene, it's in the trailer, where she increases her intelligence on this tablet, and you watch her, like the camera shows it, her increasing her intelligence. The very next scene, she is standing over like a cliff looking at this mountain range and saying, "Okay, what do I have to do next?" And she thinks about multiple things, and she's talking to herself out loud. And I'm one of those people, I like voiceovers, and I think that would have been more interesting, because who in their right mind just always talks to himself? I talk to myself. I'm schizophrenic sometimes, but my God, it is just so off-putting. And she's talking to herself saying, "Okay, you gave yourself 60% more intelligence. You have to think, Iris, whatever her name is." And it's just like, bro, I know that she has 60% more intelligence. She just showed me that not even a minute ago. And then she just thinks about all these different scenarios of what she could do, and I'm like, man, could they really not have thought of a more creative way to tell this? You have this kind of, it's really not that original of a concept, but I guess the execution was somewhat original. But it's just one of those scenes that's very frustrating. So then there's a lot of subtle foreshadowing, not even subtle foreshadowing, just dumbass foreshadowing of moments where a character says, "Oh, I love you so much." 2 minutes later, they die. It's just very silly, and it's just a shame because the writing really held this back. And there's a lot of just dumb, pretentious stuff where it's like, "Oh, you're not programmed to be that way," and there's thematic comparisons to Blade Runner. It even tries to go for where it's like, "Oh, like you're human, I'm human," or whatever. It's just very annoying. Like, if you want to go watch a movie about AI, about a love thing, go watch Blade Runner 2049. Or, in my opinion, if you want to, like, oh my god, this movie will put you over the edge. But Her, oh my god, Her is one of my favorite movies of all time. Brutal emotional drama. But that follows a relationship of a human and an AI, and it's beautiful. Even Ex Machina is even a greater example than Blade Runner 2049, even though Blade Runner 2049 is my favorite movie. But yeah, this movie is just very frustrating with some of the dialogue, well, all of the dialogue, and I think another crime of this movie is that it is unfortunately painfully, guys, predictable. There is nothing really quite original in this movie with its layout, with things that happen. Unless you don't watch movies or you don't go to the movies, you're gonna pretty much guess, "Oh, yeah, that person's gonna die. Oh yeah, that person said he loves that character, who's gonna die. Oh, look, it happens." Like, it's just a very frustrating thing because you have this kind of cool concept and you kind of pull the rug out from under yourself by not creating a thematic and narrative identity. You're kind of copying movies where you have this relationship between a person and an AI, but you're not really doing anything with it. The movie Megan already tackled in a horror perspective of an AI going rogue. And of course you have this romantic perspective, but this isn't a movie you're gonna go see on Valentine's Day. This isn't a movie I don't think you would go on a date night with. You know, it's not like you might, but I don't think it's gonna be one of those movies you're gonna walk out and be like, "Oh, that movie's so us," or something, you know, literally me. Like, if anything, that would be American Psycho, which, if you don't know, that's how I met my wife. Very cool, we're not crazy. But, I don't know, this movie is just very frustrating and disappointing. I really don't know who this movie is for. I don't know what it was trying to say. There were some themes in the beginning of the movie, in the first act, where I thought it was going to be going for more of a shallow perspective of, "Oh, all men are evil," and instead it kind of abandons all underlying themes like that, and it doesn't really persist. And I would have liked it to have some integrity. I don't like when movies are like, "Oh, all men are evil," you know, like victimizing all that, because I think it would have been interesting if they had, "Oh, well, if we're saying all men are evil, but why are we also becoming subjects to them?" Which is, I thought, what the movie was going for a minute. And I was like, okay, that would be a cool perspective, but I don't think this movie's gonna do it. And they didn't follow through with anything thematically like that. So, it's just very disappointing, but visually, this movie is excellent. If you want to go for the cinematography or some cool stills or moments, there are excellent stuff. I'm just ultimately, at the end of the day, so happy this movie released, because I don't know about you guys, but if you live at the theater like myself, I am so tired of seeing Jack Quaid's fucking face on the big screen. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, Companion and the new movie he's going to be in that's like a John Wick Boy Kills World spinoff, Novocaine. Oh my god, both these trailers play back to back, and every time I go to the theater, I'm having to watch 8 minutes of Jack Quaid's face, and he's a great actor, but at a certain point, I'm getting fatigued having to see the same actor in every goddamn movie, and the fact that these two movies are playing back to back in every movie theater pre-screening is incredibly obnoxious. And he was excellent in it. He's kind of becoming this, other than in The Boys, he's becoming this almost villain on screen, which is interesting, or this kind of like dorky character. He's definitely typecasted a bit, but, you know, he's an excellent actor. I don't have an issue with him. It's just more of, goddamn, I'm so happy to not have to go to the theater and see both these movies back to back, because Novocaine already looks horrible, and, you know, the trailer of this, of Companion really ruined the experience. But, yeah, hopefully, if you guys saw the movie, let me know what you think. I am heavily disappointed. I don't know what I was really expecting. But it just didn't really say much. I didn't walk away with anything. It's not a very unique experience movie-wise. There are better horror movies if you consider this horror. There's better drama if you want something to cry to, because there's nothing to cry to in this. And it's just overall predictable, and it's kind of one of those popcorn movies that you can eat and just nod your head to and say, okay, that was great. I'm going to forget about it in T-minus 10 seconds. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you are still watching, I appreciate it. Very thankful. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. Once I hit that, I can retire. So, please subscribe. I joke. But yeah, like and subscribe. And if you want to watch more videos like this, go look at my other videos. I do a lot of history videos of directors and all that. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.